Hey all, welcome back. As you may have already seen from the thumbnail, today we're doing a different kind of video, not what you usually see on this channel. Instead, I'm going to show you how I eat off camera. See, time can be short and just setting yourself up can just make everything so much easier. With your job, with the recording, with the editing, all of that can be made easy with just a bit of planning, and that's where the meal prepping comes really handy, because I kinda always want to have tasty food that's as fresh as I can have it. And sometimes the tastiest food cannot be had super fresh all the time. I can't cook on the spot all the time, especially for things that need a ton of work or things that just need a lot of prep. Now usually I either have some cooked meat and then some marinated meat. The cooked meats are great when I'm in a rush, pre-workout, post-workout, in between meetings or calls. And then the marinated meats are when I want something a bit more special and I just want to pop it in the air fryer as I do other things, so I can still get that complex deliciousness that I'm looking for or that I'm craving. So I'm going to go over 4 different types of protein meal prep, and I usually do at least 2 of them every week. Usually on the weekends. Of course, they don't last the full week, so I do like a refresher sometime mid to late week, just so that there's always something that's there for me to make my life in the next couple of days a bit easier, so I can still get that good food that I'm craving. So let's go over the first thing that most of you think of when you think of meal prep when it comes to protein: chicken breast. It is super convenient. I simply season that with some salt, pepper. I have some olive oil in the spray bottle, so none of that canned stuff. It's not actually pressurized. Actual good quality oil, sprayed on each side, seasoned on each side, and then air fried until they're super nice, crispy, golden brown, and juicy inside. Now, here's what's super convenient. You can get like a 6-pack, 8-pack, or a 12-pack, cook in multiple batches, and put in the fridge what you're going to eat in the next 2 to 3 days, and put the cooked chicken breast in the freezer for what you're going to need later on. And usually I just plan a bit ahead of time so that if I'm running out of cooked chicken breast in the fridge and I know I'm going to need some in the next couple of days, just take out the cooked chicken breast from the freezer, pop it in the fridge, and it just naturally defrosts overnight. And I'm honestly super surprised by how well cooked chicken defrosts, and it's so much better than the cooked frozen chicken that you can get at places like Walmart. Of course, you can use the chicken breast in things like salads. You can make a chicken and rice. You can make like an Indian sauce and pop the chicken, just shred it up or dice it up and put it in the sauce and just enjoy it like that. And it's just the most versatile and the most flexible way of having chicken in any way that you want. Now you can find these recipes on what to do with plain cooked chicken breast, because it really is a blank canvas for what you want to eat. Now before we get to the next cooked protein that I usually have on hand, let's talk about the marinated ones, because I'm very fussy and I want good stuff. And the 2 marinades that I've been doing lately are either my tandoori chicken tikka marinade or very recently my shawarma chicken marinade. They're both very easy to put together. Let's start with the chicken tikka marinade. The full recipe, by the way, including how to make butter chicken, you can find down below. Now for thighs, depending on how many marinades I'm doing, usually 1, but in this video 2, I divvy it up. Make sure you trim out any excess fat that's on those thighs. Usually some varieties have a lot of fat. And then for the shawarma chicken marinade, I use an assortment of spices. There is a recipe out there, but no video, so let me know if you want to see a video in action. But essentially that goes on top of the chicken along with some olive oil. In this case, this is a garlic oil in case anybody in the family has some issues with consuming garlic, actual garlic, because it could be a FODMAP trigger for them. So you can make garlic oil, which is actually FODMAP friendly. So you can either put garlic in here or put garlic oil along with some lime juice and then yogurt. Season it with salt and then just give it all a really good massage. You can keep in the fridge what you want to have in the next 2 to 3 days and then freeze the rest. Now for the chicken tikka marinade, it's very easy if you already have the ginger and garlic paste on hand, and I usually do have a batch of ginger garlic paste just waiting for me in the freezer. Check out how to make that ginger and garlic paste down below. But you can add that on your thighs along with some yogurt, some degi mirch, which is great for color and a bit of heat, some garam masala, and some kasuri methi. Kasuri methi is not in my official recipe, but actually works so well, and I think that recipe should have a small update. Again, season that with salt, and this is another marinade ready for you. These two marinades are amazing, packed full of flavor, and not just massage them, because these chickens, once cooked, are great in either a sauce for the case of the chicken tikka, or for the case of the shawarma chicken, great in a shawarma, of course, a rice bowl. You can make wraps with chicken tikka as well. There's just so many ways to have these beautifully marinated chickens. I just simply air fry them. These thighs really hit the spot. They're so packed full of flavor, especially once you've let them marinate for the time that they deserve. And then at the end comes the last and final cooked meat that I usually have on hand, which is going to be my taco style beef. And that is truly delicious because you can have it in a taco bowl, you can put it in a burrito, hell, put it in a breakfast burrito, and especially have it in tacos, have it in nachos. So many ways to have it. There's enough fat in the ground beef itself. It's lean ground beef, so there's no extra oil needed. You can even drain the extra as the meat starts to cook. I use my homemade taco seasoning as the meat starts to brown. I just add that in there along with some shallots or onions. You can put some tomatoes in there as well. Just let that really cook out, let the flavors melt out. Put some broth in there to create a bit of a gravy, and then just slow cook this while you do other things. And this just turns out super well. You could put garlic in here as well, but again, I didn't end up putting it. It just depends on my mood, and it's just so flexible. This should also stay really good in the fridge for the next 2 to 3 days, and that just gives a bit of variety because you don't want to be eating chicken all the time. It gets boring for me, and I need to keep that palate always excited. Now, of course, I don't just meal prep proteins. There are so many other elements that I work on, including things like rice, some Indian dishes that I make in large batches and freeze for convenience, and an assortment of veggies. Not as big of a list, but there is a list. If you like this video, let me know down below. Parts 2 and perhaps part 3 as well will be coming really soon. I hope you all like this new format. It's temporary, but something that I wanted to share because I don't always eat the way that you think I do based on what I put out on my channel. I hope you knew that, but now it's more obvious. Make sure to follow me on Instagram because you may see a better glimpse of what my actual day-to-day looks like when I'm not publishing videos on this channel. Spread the word, and I'll see you all on the next one.